say the time, you stop. If you're at the time, you say hip hop, then the time on the clock. Hip hop, around the clock. Hip hop, around the clock. Now the time is 8 o'clock. Hip hop, it's 8 o'clock.
Hi Kipsters, I'm so excited that we get to learn how to tell time, and I hope you enjoyed that video about hip hop around the clock as much as I did. So a clock is actually divided into 12 parts, just like you see right there. So it starts with the number 12 and it goes all the way around back around to 12. We use these numbers to tell the time. And not only are there numbers from 1 to 12 on the clock, there are also some arrows, or sometimes they look like little rectangles that we call hands. And there are 2 hands. As you can see right there, we have a blue hand and we have a red hand. The blue hand that you see, you can tell is the longer one, and it is our minute hand, and it helps us know how many minutes are on the clock. And the other hand that you see, that red hand, that's our hour hand, and it's a smaller hand. The hour hand tells you what hour we are on. So now we're going to practice and see if we can use our own clock to try and tell the time.
Okay, Kipsters, this is a clock that we are going to use. Right now, I see that both the hands are on a number. The blue hand, which is our minute hand, is on the number 12. The red hand, which is a little bit hidden behind, is our hour hand, and it is also on 12. That means it is 12 o'clock. And at midnight or at 12 o'clock every night, we begin a new day. As each minute goes by, both hands of the clock move, just like this. So notice how both of the hands are moving. And when my minute hand, the longer hand, goes all the way around, so we're going to show this going all the way around, it means we just completed a new hour. So that means that our hour hand, the shorter hand, is no longer on 12, but it is now at 1. And because the minute hand went all the way around to get to a new hour, and no extra minutes have passed because it is at 12, we say that it is 1 o'clock. There have been no minutes that have passed. Now I want you to look at that little box right next to this clock under the word show. So here it shows us how we would see it in a digital clock, 1 o'clock. So these are the types of digital clocks that you would see on a computer or a phone or even a microwave. Let's see if we can figure out the time on this clock. Let's first look at our hour hand. It is the shorter hand, and it is pointing at 3. If we look at the minute hand, it is on 12. Do you remember what it means when our minute hand is pointing to 12? Let's see if you remember. Yes, it means that no minutes have passed, no extra minutes have passed. So we are at 0, 0. And let's go back to our hour hand. If it says 3 and no extra minutes have passed, what is the time for this clock? It is 3. Let's see if we were right. 3 o'clock. Yep, if we look at our digital clock, we are at 3 o'clock. The hour hand is pointing to 3, and the minute hand is showing us that no extra minutes have passed. I'm going to see if you can figure out this next time on our clock. So let's see if you can figure it out. So we're going to move our minute hand around, and let's see if we can figure out this new time. Do you think you know what time it is now? Look at the hour hand, it is pointing to 4. Look at the minute hand, it is 0, 0 minutes. No minutes have passed yet in this hour. So what time is it, Kipsters? It's 4 o'clock because our hour hand is pointing to 4. And we were right because our digital clock shows us it is 4 o'clock.
All right, Kipsters, now for this part, I want you to have either a piece of paper or if you have a whiteboard so that we can try and figure out the time together. So it goes from letters A through I. So let's start with letter A. Let's see if we can figure out what time it is. Notice that in this one, or these clocks that we see, we have a digital clock and then we have the round clock. And remember, the shorter hands that you will see are our hour hand. They tell us the hour. And the longer hand that you see, that is our minute hand. And whenever the minute hand is on 12, what does that mean, Kipsters? That means that it is 00. No minutes have passed when the longer hand is on 12. So let's do letter A. I'm also going to write it down, so write it down with me so we can figure it out together. Letter A, I'm looking at the long hand. I'm looking at our hour hand. Because both hands are on 12, I can say it is 12 o'clock. And I can write it down. Now let's see if you also got the same answer. All right, Kipsters, so this was my answer. Good, you also got 12 o'clock. Now let's look at letter B. What time is it? I'm looking at my hour hand, which is the shorter hand. It's on 1, and the minute hand is on 12. I think I know what time it is. Write your answers down. Did you get the same time? 1 o'clock? Let's do the next one. This one, remember, it's a digital clock. It's the types of clocks that we see on a cell phone or a computer or on the stove or on the microwave. What time does letter C show us? It shows us 3 o'clock. So another way to write that down is just like this, 3 o'clock. And now let's see if we can figure out letter D. I'm noticing that the hour hand is on what number, Kipsters? Ooh, you got it. It's on 9. And the minute hand is on 12. I think I know. Let's see if we have the right answers down. Write your answer for what you think the time is for D. Did you also get 9 o'clock? It's 9 o'clock. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to letter E. I'm noticing that it shows the minute hand and the hour hand on 12. I wonder what time is it for letter E? It's 12 o'clock. All right, let's do letter F. Remember, I'm looking at my hour hand and my minute hand for letter F. I see that the hour hand, the shorter hand, is on 7. And the minute hand is on 12. So that means, make sure you also write your answer down. What time is it, Kipsters? It's 7 o'clock. Right, we're almost there. Let's do G. I see that our hour hand is on what, Kipsters? It's on 4. And the minute hand is on 12. So that means it's, I think I know what time it is. Let's see. It's 4 o'clock. Now let's do letter H. What time does that digital clock show? It shows us 6 o'clock. We would say 6 o'clock. Now looking at letter I. I think this one's a little tricky. Do you think it's tricky? Maybe not. Right, so letter I. I see the hour hand is pointing to 11, and my minute hand, the longer hand, is on 12. Let's see if I get the same answer you did. Great. It's 11 o'clock. Oh my goodness, Kipsters, we did such a good job telling the time for all those. Okay, Kipsters, it's now time for our exit ticket. For numbers 1 through 4, what I want you to do is pause the video, write your answers down on either your whiteboard or a paper, and then come back and see if you got the same answers that I did. All right, Kipsters, I hope you wrote all your answers down. Let's do number 1. Well, this one's tricky because I see that both the hands are just like this in one straight line. But remember, we have to focus on each hand individually first. I see that my hour hand, which is the one on the bottom, the little one, is on the number 6. Then I see that the minute hand is still on 12. And I know that when the minute hand is on 12, that means no extra minutes have passed. It's at 0, 0. Ooh, let's see if you got that same answer. Check your work. What time did you write down? Did you also write down 6 o'clock? If you did, give yourself a pat on the back for also writing down 6. Let's do number 2. Oh, I see my hour hand is on 9 and the minute hand, the longer hand, is on 12. So I think I know what time it is. Let's see if it matches your time. Did you also write down 9? If you did, give yourself another big pat on the back for writing down 9 o'clock. Let's do number 3. It's the hour hand is pointing to what number? To 7. And the minute hand is pointing to 12. Let's write our answer down. Or actually, you should have already written your answer down. This is the answer for number 3. Let's see if it matches your answer. It's 7 o'clock. Awesome. Let's do the last one. For this one, this looks pretty familiar. I know that when both hands are on 12, it's not a tricky one. Let's see if you were able to figure out what it means when both the hour hand and the minute hand are on 12. Did you also get 12 o'clock? Whoa, you did. All right, this is our first lesson on time. So we want you to either send a video or a picture of you to your teacher showing them how you know to tell time on a clock. Or you can even sing them the hip-hop clock song so that they know a super cool song too. I'll see you tomorrow, Kipsters.